All right, Matthew, time for some rapid-fire news and noise. Cole Beasley caught 9 of his 11 targets for 101 yards and 2 touchdowns on Sunday. It's nearly what he did the entire rest of the season combined. Beasley's big day. News or noise?
Yeah, come on. This is noise. Looked as healthy as has been all season, but to me, I just don't buy this, all right? It's noise. Beasley still only played 57% of snaps in a low-volume passing offense. It's the second time all season he's reached double-digit fantasy points. In deep PPR leagues, okay, fine. You want to take a flyer? I got no issue with it. But this is probably going to be his best game all season. So not buying that at all.
All right, next up, a team we thought was a set-it-and-forget-it defense, the Jaguars. They've allowed 30-plus points in back-to-back games and have totaled 1 fantasy point over the last 2 weeks. Are the Jaguars' struggles news or noise?
Listen, I don't know how you say this isn't news. This is why we say don't draft defenses early. Every August, look, the Jaguars are a very talented defense, of course, but for some reason, they're the number 15 in defense in fantasy, right? They've had only 2 double-digit performances all season, and they cost everyone people a 7th or 9th round pick. I keep starting them next week against Houston, given how much that line has struggled, but they're no longer a must-start, set-it-and-forget-it defense. All right, who's next?
All right, just when we thought Nyheim Hines had taken control of the Colts' backfield, Marlon Mack led the team with 12 carries for 89 yards in his return from injury. Is Mack's emergence news or noise?
Yeah, I think this is news, Daniel. Look, Marlon Mack was outsnapped by Nyheim Hines, but he still had more touches than every other Colts running back combined. And honestly, Mack looked good, averaging 7.4 yards per carry against the Jets, getting some explosion that offense truly needs. As he continues to get healthier, I think he could take control of this backfield and be a flex option going forward. Who's next?
All right, Matthew, just when we thought the Buccaneers' backfield was one to stay away from, Peyton Barber puts up 20.6 fantasy points. Barber's big day. Is that news or noise?
Yeah, I think this is noise, right? This is the first game all year where Barber recorded more than 7 fantasy points. It came against that terrible Falcons defense. He still hasn't rushed for a touchdown all year. He's averaging under 3.7 yards per carry. Now, I think Barber is worth a stash in case he can build off of this, but I'm not optimistic about his chances, especially because we're starting to see some more Ronald Jones. Who's next?
All right, Taylor Gabriel has had back-to-back 100-yard receiving weeks for the Bears. Is Gabriel's success news or noise?
Yeah, I got to be honest with you. I think this is news. Second straight 100-yard game for Taylor Gabriel, at least 5 targets in every game this season, catching 79% of those targets. He's still only rostered in 32% of ESPN leagues. 2 good matchups coming up against the Patriots and the Jets next. He's a wide receiver 3 or flex option who should be rostered everywhere as that Bears offense continues to grow and get better. Who's next?
All right, Matthew. Tyrell Williams is wide receiver 6 heading into Monday night for Week 6. He put up 26.9 points this week. Is that news or noise?
Oh, this is noise. And by the way, I can't believe somebody actually started him against me. Drives me crazy. Look, Tyrell Williams hasn't had more than 5 targets or 3 receptions in a game all season. This was his first game with double-digit fantasy points all year long. Does he have the ability to score long touchdowns like he did on Sunday? Of course he does. But that makes him more of a flyer in DFS tournaments than a startable player in season-long leagues. I think this is noise.
All right, Matthew. Doug Baldwin scored double-digit fantasy points for the first time this season on Sunday, totaling 6 receptions for 91 yards. News or noise on Doug Baldwin's breakout?
Secret Squirrel, this is news. Baldwin has traditionally been a slow starter in his career, plus has been dealing with that knee issue. We thought this passing offense would go through Baldwin, and it did on Sunday as he led the team with 8 targets. Still a low-volume passing offense, but I think Baldwin has earned back our trust as a low-end wide receiver 2 after the bye, which they have this week. My expectation is he gets back to being that wide receiver 2 in fantasy that he was drafted as. Who's next?
All right, Matthew. Rashad Penny, the number 27 pick of this year's draft, saw an increased workload against the Raiders. Is Penny's increased usage news or noise?
Honestly, they might be more successful if they're the Raiders. I would go with that. Look, it's noise, Secret Squirrel. Okay, yes, he matched his career high in terms of carries, but 8 of those carries came on the Seahawks' final drive in garbage time. This is the Chris Carson backfield until further notice. Mike Davis still has a role. Honestly, Penny is merely a dynasty stash, or like if you really want the entire Seahawks backfield, okay. But yeah, Chris Carson is the only Seahawks running back you can start going forward. Who's next?
All right, last one here. Over the last 2 weeks, Jared Cook has 6 catches for a total of 30 yards. Are Cook's recent struggles news or noise?
I think this is noise. Jared Cook is who he is. He's going to have some blow-up weeks, but more often than not, he's going to disappoint you. guess what? Even with these bad games, he's still the number 4 tight end on the season. He's 6th among tight ends in target share. Mari Cooper banged up, so I would hold on to him through the bye week. But be honest, this is Jared Cook. These kind of weeks are going to happen if you're going to trust in Jared Cook. For all the latest fantasy football news and analysis, you can binge watch all the episodes of the Fantasy Show right now on ESPN+.